Okay. So I started that. Get that started. Um, it is 7 o'clock. I do have a hard stop, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. I am Alexis Reed Curling, the president of Marlton Neighborhood Alliance, and we are on our third meeting of the year. Can't believe it's September already. Can you believe the summer's gone? I can't.
It's
It's
craziness.
oh, it's gone. Fall has started. So anyway, um, I was gonna wait for a lot of people to come because I just know they're rushing to get in. But we have Corporal Webb here, and he is, as you can see, on vacation with the palm trees as he's showing off back there. So I really want to get him on right away so that he can go on and enjoy all his family and heck with us down here with this little bit of rain that we're getting. So start with the crime report from what he has to offer and tell us all about it, Corporal Webb.
I appreciate that. Good evening, everybody. It's nice to get back into the swing of things. Kind of missed everybody. Felt like a little piece was gone, but I'm glad to get back into it. So I'm glad to be here. So been out for a couple months, but so I covered about 3 months of information when I did this crime report, and things are still, in my perspective, and looking to some of the issues we were having in the past, things are looking pretty good over there. Overall, crime trends are down for the county in on average about 25%. Now, there's still some hot pockets in there, with domestic violence still being a pretty big issue, and assaults. And some of that is just how things are being reported. Um, it's the domestic violence that seems to be ticking up a little bit. For what variation, we don't know. But we do know that right around the corner is going to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So be on the lookout for different flyers, different events. There's a lot going on in the month of October. And I'll be sending out stuff to our associations with a couple things we have going on, to also include Faith in Blue, which is October 11th. And that's over at Pageant's Corner. And again, I'll send the flyer out for that so it can get disseminated to the community members. In regards to the specific crime stats, Marlton Shopping Center, no major incidents to report. That area still stays on the radar for most officers and for the teams. So right now, no major incidents, no B&Es, no stolen vehicles. There's been no activity over there. Knock on wood. I don't have any around me. Someone else do that over there on the end. There you go. Um, South Osborne Shopping Center. And this just goes to remind everybody, like I try to do at most of the meetings, make sure you're securing your valuables. South Osborne Shopping Center, we had one theft from auto, and it was a handicap placard. That's still pretty good. We were having some big issues over there with the theft from autos. But again, I think as a county and as a district, we've been working very diligently to try to maintain some form of visibility the best we can at most of these shopping centers and in the neighborhoods. Marlton neighborhood in general. There was a vehicle fire back on 8/5, but in case anybody was aware of it and asking what was going on, there was nothing suspicious identified through that vehicle fire. Typically, when you see that, maybe it's a stolen vehicle that got set on fire or something like that. Just wanted to show the community nothing suspicious came out of that. 9/10/9/11, we did have the homicide over there on Grand Haven and Old Colony. As you can imagine, I can't really go into any detail on that. And to be honest, I don't have any specific details that I can put out there to the community. I know it's concerning. I know it's of interest to find out kind of what generated that incident. But right now it's still under investigation, and our homicide has some of the best investigators out there. So they'll start digging deep and they'll get some answers on that. And then once that starts to occur, we can talk about it a little bit more. And just as a general note, 42 traffic stops conducted in the Marlton neighborhood in the last 3 months. Just showing you that we are out there being active. And no residential robberies, none. We had one theft, which was a package theft on Town Center Way. And then in total, we had 8 stolen vehicles over the last 3 months. And if you guys recall, there was a time where we were getting that almost every month.
Yeah.
So, and we've had 8 in the last 3 months, and we've had 2 arrests related to car thefts also during that same time frame. So, and I want to give you the comfort level of being specific, but I don't want to be too specific. We have multiple teams that are in these various neighborhoods. It's a cat and mouse game. There's times we're in Marlton. There's times that we are over in other neighborhoods, but basically each of the teams, whether it's our cat team, cops team, whether it's the auto theft team, whether it's the carjacking team, they rotate and they're trying to spend time in the hot areas to try to maintain at times visibility, awareness, and at
Right.
other times they're being secretive because they want to catch people in the act. So it's a combination
Right.
of all the above.
Okay.
Outside of that, things have been good. So who was you were knocking on wood earlier? You want to do that again so we can? Um, so we'll definitely keep it up, and hopefully trends continue to go that direction. Please pass out to the community. I'm sure we'll have another meeting coming up prior to, but with the holidays right around the corner, package thefts are going to be trying to climb up. Shopping centers, make sure people secure their packages, secure them inside the home. Don't leave laptops, purses, guns. Don't leave that type of stuff in the cars. It just those are things, good prevention techniques to avoid becoming a victim on one of those crimes. So, any questions for me, for anybody that's on the call, from the community, from the members, board members? Any questions?
I got one. You said you can't talk about the murder, and I get that, but can you tell us if it was should we be worried walking around because there's a lot of people that jog and walk and ride bikes. Is it isolated to just, I mean, they knew each other and there was a situation, or we don't know? Should we be, vigilant when we go out?
I will tell you this. I think you should always be vigilant when you're going out. Okay, always vigilant. I mean, I'm vigilant when I go out. When I'm going out with my family. Um, to be concerned or feel that your safety is at risk by going around and walk around the neighborhood, I'm going to say that you should feel pretty comfortable that's not the case. When it comes to me bringing up what may or may not be a contributing factor to that situation, I'm sorry. I cannot discuss. I know what things, how the call went out potentially, but because it's still an ongoing investigation, it's not information that we can just openly put out there, unfortunately. So
Okay.
I'm sorry if that comes across negative. It's not meant to be. Just we just can't throw that out there because obviously with anything we throw out there from a things move quickly, right? Information moves quickly,
Right.
and Corporal Webb said this. Well, things just move way too quick. So,
Fine.
but I would not feel unsafe going through the neighborhood at all. I just would not. Always be aware of your surroundings, because anything can happen at any point, right?
Right.
So
Right.
no matter where you are, not just Marlton, anywhere, anything can happen at any point. I have a saying that says you're good until you're not. Is that a fair? Is that right? You're
That's
good
true.
until people drive to work. They don't expect they're going to get in some major accident on the way to their destination for the day, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But I am not seeing anything that would be of alarming in the Marlton neighborhood as we're getting out doing things. Obviously, maybe not doing those activities at 10, 11 o'clock at night, or if so, you're doing with a partner. All those little things are always encouraged, no matter where you are.
Okay.
Does that
Anybody
answer
else
your?
have something?
Does
Yeah,
that
it
answer the
does.
question? Okay.
Absolutely.
Um, Two things. One, I understand that I understand that the police officer wanted to speak with a lot of the homeowners associations regarding this homicide. And we would like to be made aware when that meeting is scheduled so that we can put out notice to get maximum participation.
Absolutely. Once I have it, so that's me. I had made an inquiry to try to make that happen, but it looks like I'm the one that's going to have to try to schedule that meeting. So there's a couple elements of that I have to try to get confirmed. And it's not necessarily about the homicide specifically. Typically, when we have such a major event like that, I mean, obviously, we're already holding community meetings with the various associations, right? But when an incident of that nature occurs, sometimes additional levels of individuals will come out and participate and get in front of the community. They want to know that things are being addressed, that they do mean things. So that whether that's our chief, whether that's our major, whether that's our captain, obviously they're telling us what things and what expectations they have. And then when we reach an incident like that, they like to get out in front of the community as well. But to answer your question, yes, once I have something confirmed or set up, I will send that out so to make everybody aware.
Okay. And the other thing that has been suggested is that you know how they have the signs that says PG County Police Department hiring, the little LED light sign. Is it possible to get
Yes.
one of those in the neighborhood that may just say, "We're watching you"? I don't know what it would say, but
We
something to let the outside elements know that we are a concerned community. So
I
like
will definitely
neighborhood watch or something.
I will definitely look into that. It's a good suggestion. Wasn't it? I think it was early in the summer. I thought we had something up either on. I don't want to lie. I thought it was on Fairhaven or
Yeah.
Trump's. It was somewhere, I believe, but
Well,
basically saying increase.
Heathermore, or Fairhaven or both would be ideal to
Right.
let
I
them
think.
know that, we are really aware and looking,
Mhm.
not
Yeah, I
just
thought.
with the
Yeah,
web.
I agreed. And it typically would say increased police activity in the area, something along those lines. That just basically saying we're out there. Same thing we're doing some of the shopping centers. And I thought that there was one right there at that intersection by those apartments because at one point those apartments were a really big issue with that area, not specifically the apartments. That area was somewhat of a hot spot for stolen vehicles.
Yeah,
Um,
I kind of remember seeing something like that, maybe in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Um,
somewhere over that way. Yes, lock your cars and be aware. Increase police activity. Exactly. But we can definitely get something out there on Heathermore. Let me make the request. Those boards come from Public Works, so it's just a matter of where they're assigned and how we can get them allocated, um, and see how soon I can do that. Because the other thing that happens, and again, I try to give full disclosure, to you guys. Like I mentioned earlier, October is going to be a very, very busy month with various domestic violence awareness events. So those message boards are going to be being used everywhere for those events. But let me put the request in. Let me see what I can do to get one over there, and see how soon I can do that, and then I can follow up. Is that fair?
fair. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome.
Anybody
Anybody else?
else? If not, we're gonna let them go.
All right. Well, if anything comes up during the course of your meeting, just send me an email, and I'll be checking that, and then I'll get back on it as soon as I can. I'll be back in the office on Monday.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Enjoy
Get
Take
yourself.
care.
better.
See
Freezer
everybody.
magnet. Bring me a freezer magnet back.
Not a problem. All right, we'll do.
All righty.
Goodbye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Be
All right, have
safe.
a good night. Bye bye.
Okay. Miss Regina, since you're here now, I don't have a slide. I have an old slide. You want to talk about that one? And then,
I created one for this meeting, so then let me pull it up. Give me the rights to share.
oh, absolutely. You don't always forget to do that. Multiple.
Um, while you're doing that, I'll pull it up. Treasurer report. And this meeting would be June, August.
Yeah.
And come back to you guys and share my screen. All righty then. So for move you guys out of the way so you can see. So for The period of June 1st through August the 31st, we started off with a beginning balance June 1st of $853.93. We've only had one withdrawal. That was on August the 18th for the P.O. Box quarterly fee for the period of September to November, which was not $94, leaving us with an ending balance that shouldn't say May, that should say August 31st of $759.93. We do have a future expense coming up, and that's for the Marlton.org hosting annual renewal, which is $356.16. Barring any additional deposits, we will end up with a balance of $403.77.
You
I
supposed to
will
say a
make,
whopping.
I'm sorry?
You were supposed to say a whopping.
A whopping $403.77.
There you
But I
go.
will say that the invoices have been sent out to the homeowners associations for their annual dues, and we have received funds from two homeowners associations, which will be reported in next quarterly meeting report.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Regina. Anybody have any questions about the $2.50 we have in the bank?
And y'all see we're judiciously responsible with the little bit of money that we do have.
Yeah, we need to find somebody cheaper than the website we have. That will help us save some money, save a coin.
Gotcha.
Am I sharing again? I want to share that.
Pardon me, when you talk about the website, are you all considered a nonprofit?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you
All
get a discount or have you ever asked for a discount? Because I
yeah.
know that they should get discounts for that.
I never thought about it. You know, when we originally got it, we weren't.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
Well, I would definitely let them know you are now and that
yeah.
you need a discount in order to be able to afford to stay with them and then see what they can offer you.
Okay. Thank you,
Great
Miss Angela.
recommendation. Thank
Appreciate
you.
You're welcome.
it. Ask. Okay, we'll definitely do that. Save our little coins. Um, I really didn't have a whole lot to bring up other than trunk or treat because that's where my brain is focusing on our next event. Um, Miss Regina, before we talk about trunk or treat and needing volunteers for trunks, did you have something? No?
No, I was going to say that prior to the trunk or treat on October the 18th, St. Paul Moravian is having a yard sale. It was going to be in partnership with MNA to do a conjunction of a fish fry. However, it was the wrong weekend. So we're going to table that until the spring. And so when they have their spring yard sale, we will also co-sponsor a fish fry with the church at St. Paul Moravians on the corner of Heathermore and Trumps Hill Road.
Yes. That's good. We do have public works on Paul Curling. We were just talking about what was it, the LED lights. You were saying the
Trailers.
yes. Can we
Yeah.
have one of those?
Yeah, we can request it. A lot of those trailers are already reserved for problem areas with speeding. So they have those located in various parts of the county, in residential neighborhoods. They're pretty limited, but if the police department does request it, they take those a little bit more seriously. So we would need the
Oh,
sergeant to
okay.
actually contact our Office of Highway Maintenance and see if they can request them to put, if they have one available, to put it out in the neighborhood for us.
Okay.
I think I missed the beginning of that. What are we requesting?
It's a trailer. That's what they call them. I'm sure there's another technical name for them, but the trailers with the digital board on there. The police department will just have to request it from our Office of Highway Maintenance, saying that they need one, two, or how many ever that they need. It's not a permanent
structure of obviously as you know that. So I don't know how long they'll keep them out there. It could be 2, 3 months, could be less. Just depends on the availability and how badly they may need these trailers in other neighborhoods.
And this is the increased police activity sign? Is that what we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about? Okay.
Can
Yes.
you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
hmm
We hear you
For
fine.
some reason, I thought you might have been talking about lights, like lighting.
No.
So that's why I wanted points of clarification.
No, the trailers, as you see, have you seen them?
That's what we
Sure.
talked about earlier.
Yeah, you see trailers around various parts of the county where it says, 25 miles per hour. This is your speed limit. The digital boards. So the Office of Highway Maintenance usually reserves those for neighborhoods who have a speeding problem, just to alert motorists about how fast that they're going. There's a limited amount of those trailers that are around. I mean, that the Office of Highway Maintenance has. But if the police department does request to have one or two of those boards for crime purposes, I'm pretty sure the Highway Maintenance Department will probably provide one or two of them. But it's not a permanent or a long term uh, reservation. So it just depends on their availability and how much they need those trailers in other neighborhoods.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to share about Marlton? Any updates on anything?
The our concrete department is still working with other contractors to fix the sidewalks. Unfortunately, there is no time frame or when some of these sidewalks are going to be fixed. The contractors are working in different areas at different times. So what they do is they uh, do what they call these zones. So if they're in Hyattsville, in certain parts of Hyattsville, they'll work on that section for a little while, for Washington, or just other parts of the county. So right now, Marlton's not on the hot list. They are on the list, but I'm not too sure when they're going to get to fixing some of these sidewalk issues. I'm sure you've seen some of these places around Marlton that have the little warning. I forget what they call them. They're like little. Uh, I think they call them horses or something like that. They're white with the red and yellow reflectors on it, which pretty much tell people that they need to walk around the sidewalk so it's not a trip hazard. So they've been there for a while. I have no idea when they're gonna get to those to fix them, but hopefully it'll be in the next fiscal year.
I have a question about paving.
hmm
So what do we need to do to get Heathermore repaved? Because the patchwork is just atrocious.
hmm Well, we could always put in a 311 ticket requesting for it to be done. Investigator will come out, technician will come out and see how bad they consider the roadway and how quickly it may need to be repaved. If it's drivable and it's not in the condition where they think it needs to be repaved immediately, it's not going to be done anytime soon. So that's up to the inspector to actually come out and determine how bad Heathermore is.
Would it be helpful that if multiple people called it in to get it more attention?
Not really. It's all up to the inspector to determine how bad the pavement is. I agree that it does probably need to be repaved, but just from me driving on it, I don't think it's something that they're going to do anytime soon.
Yeah, well, if you're leaving out of Marlton on Heathermore,
hmm
the two left lanes, I ride in the right lane to avoid the two left lanes until I get to the light.
Right, right, yeah. I agree. I think it needs to be repaved, but I don't think it's on their uh,
Priority list. Got it.
priority exactly. It might be in the
Mm-hmm.
middle, could be a little bit between the middle and just a little, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we just may have to wait on that. But I will contact the guy that's in charge of that to see where Heathermore may be on that list.
Miss Lorraine, you had your hand up? No? Okay.
Change your mind. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Curley.
You're welcome.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Curley?
Okay, yeah, I do. The lighting situation over here in Rollingwood, has anybody looked into that? Because like we have all different color of rainbow lights out here with the blue and the purple and the white and yellow and the red, like red's the only color we don't got. But it's kind of ridiculous. And I guess I'm hoping that they're planning to come back and finish putting lights on North Marlton, because at this point, North Marlton's the only street that doesn't have.
Street lights.
Yeah.
Was there a request put in for streetlights on North Mountain?
I don't know about the streetlights on North Marlton. I know I've tried talking to people about the rainbow lights,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep getting told we'll look into it, but I don't see any action on it.
Are you
Because it's
talking
like
about the lights down
the
by the
ones,
gazebo
the
on North
no, no,
Mall?
no, 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 because the ones on the gazebo is different. I'm talking about when you're driving down Old Colony,
Right.
and
But
some of them are purple, some of them are blue, some of them are orange, some of them are yellow.
Mhm. Yeah, I did ask one of our people in the utility section about that, and their answer was pretty much if it's working, this shouldn't be an issue.
Mm.
It's not something again that they think is on the priority list or something that they should look into immediately. Uh, their thinking is as long as the lights are working, people can see. The utility pole is standing up, everything's fine. They're not going to rush out or even really consider going out and making every light the same color.
Okay, because like the blue ones you can barely see.
So the blue ones are weak.
No, but like they don't put out light. Like it's like
the
the blue ones
illumination
only
radius is not that wide.
yeah, the blue lights only illuminate a little area right around them. They don't really light up the road.
Right. And another
The
issue with
orange
that
ones
is
do. The yellow ones on my street do, but the blue lights are just sort of like little spotlights in their little areas. They're not like
right.
lighting
So,
up.
so I could tell you this. This is another issue that the utility company, I mean, the utility department has. There's a lot of times that they put in the bright lights that illuminate and go a lot further. Then they'll get a complaint from
Right.
a resident that lives right at that
Yeah.
house and say that, the
Too
light's
bright.
too bright, they can't sleep, or the dog is barking because it's light shining in the house. So then they'll get a lot of complaints about that. Then they'll come out and then they'll lower the wattage for that particular pole. So I'd have to ask the lady that's in charge of our utility department to see if there has been any complaints about um, the wattage on some of those houses because like I said, somebody will complain saying it's too dark, then they'll change it to a brighter one, and then somebody next door to that person say, well, now it's too bright.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you can provide me with the house number, uh,
It's not really a house number. It's just the whole street of Old Colony and all the little
mm,
side streets off the side.
okay,
I'll see
Um,
about getting you a range of house numbers,
Yeah.
like from
Drive
this
around.
one to this one.
right,
Yeah.
okay,
if you,
that'll
yeah,
work.
if you drive down Old Colony like at night, because I only notice because I'm driving at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning
Hmm.
every almost every night,
Okay,
that it doesn't really light up anything. I got to use my high beams all the time, no matter what. So
okay. Yeah, maybe the utility company may need to come out and check the wattage. But I'll definitely talk to the people in my utility department to see if there's anything that can and needs to be done.
okay.
I Lo, were you still interested in having, thank you, Paul. Still interested in having speed humps on the street? Or did
Oh
we?
no, 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 I don't want them. I don't want
Okay.
speed bumps on Old Colony. There were
Okay.
other people that don't
Did.
like. There's other people in the neighborhood that think that people speed too much down Old Colony,
Right.
but I don't want speed bumps on Old Colony.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
think the
Um,
main thing that we want is a four-way stop at the intersection of Old Colony Drive and Grand Haven.
yeah, I don't know that that'll fix much either. I think people just need to be respecting the stop signs that are already there, because that's a problem, especially at night. I notice that at night they
Right.
don't respect red lights, they don't respect nothing. They just go.
Mm.
Right, but if the people on Old Colony are forced to stop, I think it will reduce any accidents because the people on Grand Haven are not stopping. when they're coming through that intersection.
No, that's
Mom.
actually incorrect because they only create multi-way stops if there's a volume issue, meaning if there's an equal amount of traffic coming on both approaches. So the problem is if we put stop signs in places where it's not warranted, that could create more of an issue because anybody that's traveling on a roadway where they feel that they don't need to stop are going to run the stop sign, and that's going to
Yeah.
create more of an issue. So you're going to have people on both approaches who are doing rolling stops. You understand? So then
Yeah.
that person's going to run it, the other person on the opposite direction or coming from the opposing direction, they're both going to run it. And then we're going to have more accidents at that intersection.
I
So
don't
if they're
actually
running the stop
see a lot
signs,
of accidents there.
yeah. So if there's a lot of accidents there or people just running the stop signs, that's going to be a law enforcement issue. So we're going to have to contact the police department to have them do periodic traffic stops or just monitoring of the intersection where people are running the stop sign, just like how they were doing it at Heathermore. Just going to have them come out there and start ticketing people.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. I live 4 houses down from there. I don't see a lot of accidents right there.
I know it's scary when I do it, but maybe that's just me.
I know I've seen enough accidents there in all the years that I have been living here in this house, and that's down the hill from me. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying, Paul. Understood.
Anybody else have anything about that? Okay. There was a couple of things that I saw coming up about new townhomes. And they're not new because we've discussed it with you guys, in prior meetings. I think they're getting closer to trying to do something about it now. And that are the ones that would be on the other side of the apartments, further back where the newer Heathermore townhomes are. So across the street from them. That's where they're planning to put about 79 townhomes. And if you've noticed, there's a sign in front of North Marlton, the exit. When you come out, they're letting you know that they're trying to put townhomes right there, right where that nice grass and trees have been all this time. Now they want townhomes there.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, that's a for sale sign. The family trust that owned the gazebo property and which is the
yes,
2 lots on either side
yes.
sold it to a different company, like a different guy a couple of years back, and now he's trying to sell that lot. And part of his selling point is, hey, it's already zoned for all these homes. Just buy it from me and you can do it.
Ah, okay. Well, that's better.
It's actually the zoning plan that they're trying to use as a selling point is really old and it wouldn't stand up. They would have to go and get it redone. But they're just looking at it like, hey, it's already been filed
Right.
this is what it's zoned for. So it's they're just trying to use that to sell it to a developer, and developers aren't really biting on it.
Good. We
Can I,
don't need. Go ahead.
can I ask where they think all of the children are going to go? Because my daughter goes to Marlton and she has 29 kids in her first grade classroom. And there's still babies at that age. And
Yeah.
I mean, the teachers can't teach if there's going to be over 30 kids in all these classrooms. And it's like, do they not consider that? Has it been brought up?
Oh,
It
God, yes.
has it has been brought up repeatedly, and in
Okay.
fact,
Vigorously.
when we had that big, we had a MCC held a great big meeting with Pat Ricker, and I was there. And one of the things that Pat Ricker brought into that was that he went to the county, and according to the county, none of the schools in this area are at capacity.
What?
That's what he was told. He was told none of the schools in this area are at capacity, and therefore there's plenty of room for all of these townhomes to get built.
Hmm.
Now
That's
I know we
interesting.
disagree,
Well, it's a
but
lie.
I know we all disagree about that. But the county and the school board, they all say that the schools are not at capacity. So As far as it goes with developing, when they submit all these developments, the developing, they're not even going to look at like that because according to the
That's not an
county,
issue.
that's not a problem.
And then they wonder why they can't keep quality teachers because they're burnt out halfway through the
Yeah,
school year
yeah, agreed.
because they have 56 kids. No, I'm kidding, but that's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think even well, we have another elementary school in our neighborhood, which is Mattapan. No, I don't know if you're aware of it. It's on the other
Oh,
side.
it's down past Food Lion, correct?
Yeah,
Like on
on
the
the
other
other
side.
side. I
Okay.
had one daughter that went to Marlton, the other daughter went to Mattapan. It's not as crowded.
Hi.
Hi. That's the one that went to Marlton.
Oh.
It's not as crowded there. Well, let me say when Layla graduated from there, she's ninth grader now. It wasn't crowded there. They had like 20 kids in the classroom,
Mhm.
20,
Mhm.
25 kids. But I mean, with the way that it's, I mean, you have to live on a certain side to get zoned to that. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Marlton it's always been where it is. Unfortunately, because they bust kids in too. You see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Um, the other thing, Lo, did you find out? Because I haven't talked to you. I apologize. Have you heard anything more about the solar farms that they're planning on putting right
No,
down
no,
crown?
I haven't heard anything more about it. To be honest, I've been swamped at work, so I haven't been
Okay.
able to. This last couple of weeks at work were insane.
Okay.
Um, so I haven't been able to look into most of that, but as far as I know, it's still a project that's going forward.
Yeah.
I know I tried calling them and was like, I tried calling the company that was getting ready to do it. I was like, that area is a swamp, right? And they were like, oh, we're just gonna go look at it. So I don't know.
Mm. Okay. Well, that's brought up. I had something to say about Verizon service, but of course, being old, I forgot what it was. Something about the service seemed like it would have been important to mention, and it just like went away. Um, but I will have it in the newsletter. I promise. But it was some good, and it was some good news. They're planning on doing some work around here, adding another small cell, but it's
Oh, another cell tower?
well, they're putting more equipment on the tower that we have on your side,
Okay.
on the power lines. I know that I had like it was supposed to happen last year, and then they moved it to 2027, and maybe it'll be 2026. It's all about money.
It's
Um,
also probably because they're currently I haven't gone down that way to look recently, but I know the power company is going through and replacing those old Eiffel Tower looking towers with like
mhm.
giant poles.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably end up putting something there. But I tell them all the time, like, we can't go anywhere around here. We need more small cells around here. Because you lose
Okay.
service when you're in the parking lot over there at South Osborne Safeway, you know.
Yes.
Can't
I
use
don't get
phones.
good reception inside the Safeway, but that's because of the brick building. I get
Right.
fine reception in the parking lot.
Apparently it matters who you have. So
I have Verizon.
do you?
Yeah, I've always had Verizon.
I don't know. Like plenty of chairs. She wanted to be right here. Okay. Um, okay, but I will have more information and probably more to address because I will write it down next time they tell me something. I feel horrible about that. All right. Yeah, trunk or treat. Tell your friend, Miss Angela, you say you have a second grader?
Yeah, she's in first grade. Yes.
First
And we
grade,
plan on
sorry.
inviting her class to meet us there. So
Oh,
hopefully that will help.
awesome. Awesome, awesome. Please. It's on the 26th. It's that Sunday. Hope we're gonna try to have like something where if guys come, they can still see the game. Hopefully.
Oh,
So we'll try to do that. If I can figure out how to do that without spending a
yeah.
whole lot of money to do that. So yes, but we're going to put information at both schools, and we want to the schools in the neighborhood. And they have like Class Dojo, so we're going to try to get them to add it on Class Dojo, as well as us having flyers to pass out. So we're looking to do that to get more participation. But I'm kind of fearful of that we'll have that and not enough volunteers and candy. So that keeps me up at night. So if you know anybody that's, I don't know, bored on a Sunday, bring a trunk, and we give away prizes for the best trunk. We had so much fun last year. We had the police that came out, officer, not officer, Corporal Webb came out, and Brian Foster came out. Yeah, it was two. And they came out and decorated, and it was like they got all into it. And it was had a little dance contest. Oh, it was fun. It was fun with all of the different trunks that we had. So, and they were very creative. One actually scared people because it kept jumping out. Anyway, you had to be there. So definitely come out and and join us, participate. It's fun. It's a few hours before the sun comes out, and it's safer, you know. Even though, I mean, I'm old, so I actually like to go to the door to door with the bag and trick or treat, but it's not like it used to be. Marlton used to live for that day because we had so many activities around here, and life gets older and it changes. So anyway, trunk or treat on the 26th. Oh, a month from now. 26th of October from 3 to 6 at the Marlton Pool. And the Marlton Pool is at 8410 Wexford Road up in Marlboro 20772. You got it? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh yeah, now you can see it. Right. That's helpful. Yes, next
Thank
slide.
you, Alexa. Thank you very much. We appreciate your services as our acting secretary for 5 years now.
Right. Yes, we need one. We very happy to have one. Um, and we got the little bullet points of everything, be my other brain. So I remember stuff. Yeah, you are. Yes. I already have.
8 people.
Okay, so we got that. What else?
I
Volunteering.
have a,
Again. Somebody had a question?
I'm
I,
sorry, if I have a question. This is
yes.
Tatiana. I wanted to go back to the lighting. I was wondering, how do you put in a request to have lights replaced on Heathermore, like towards the end of Heathermore, but near the apartments and down towards the dead end?
311.
Yeah,
You know what?
well
Okay.
actually it's Pepco. If it's a light out, it's Pepco.
Okay, because there are several lights out
Are they
on
out
the
or are
poles.
they gone? Because it got ran over or something.
No, they're out. They don't light up.
Okay, so that you can call in yourself. Not
Okay.
call in. You can go to the website. I did this, that's why I know. You can go to the
Okay.
website and put your address in,
Hmm.
and it'll ask you which one, because it actually have them numbered. And then
Oh,
yeah, I know it's like really cool, interactive type. And then you
okay.
can click on the ones that are out, and then they put a ticket in, and then they come out and replace those lights.
Okay.
Pepco.com. Yeah, I don't know what.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not hard at all. It's like in their bullet points for things like outage, you know, problems with your bill. It's like under that menu. So
Gotcha.
to go in there and just get. I thought it was really cool because it wasn't any heartburn at all to request it, and they didn't take long. It was like it took them like a week.
Okay, that's an added bonus. All right, thank you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw somewhere else. I was gonna put in a request. I just needed to remember. Ooh, I tell you, getting old. That it was like dark, and I needed to put a request in for those lights because I figured nobody else would. I don't
I
like
put
when.
the I put the link in the chat. It's
Oh, thank you.
pepco.streetlightoutages.com.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Thanks.
Anybody else have? Huh? Anybody else have any questions? I can't see people. There you go. No. Okay. Oh, Miss Regina. Hi, Terrence. I like your picture. Miss Regina, when's our next meeting? Did I catch you?
No, I'm still here. Sorry, I was trying to put in our email address and website into the chat as we
Yes.
always do. Our next meeting is for December the 11th. That's Thursday, December the 11th at 7:00 p.m.
December 11th. Got it. All right. Anybody have any questions for us that we didn't answer or any ideas to bring up? I'm all for them.
I'll talk to you.
Okay. Anybody? No? Nobody? Okay. Well, I'll give you 15 minutes of your life back. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you December. Oh, no, we'll see you at
No.
the treat.
Yeah, we're gonna see you at Trunk or Treat.
Yes.
And I would say tell a friend, bring a friend to the
Yes.
December meeting.
Yes.
And you can tell them that they can always catch the recordings of these meetings at the website marlton.org.
Thank you, Miss Regina. I don't have a goodbye thingy. I got to get that. All
Bye
right.
bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello.
Good night.